Good morning. These are your BYU-Idaho radio morning headlines for Friday, March 13th, 2026. Thanks for listening. I'm Jack Esplin. A report from the Idaho Legislative Services Office projects there will be a $44.1 million deficit this fiscal year if there is not any additional budget action taken. According to the report, the state of Idaho was $89.5 million below the revenue the state was expecting to collect in February. The Idaho Constitution prohibits the legislature from having a budget deficit, so adjustments may need to be made to the budget this year if Idaho continues to bring in lower revenues in the coming months. Due to already projected lower revenue from the previous year, the legislature has approved a 4% budget cut for most state agencies for fiscal year 2026. The potential cuts now await the governor's signature or veto. With hunter application season upon us, hunter education classes are in full swing throughout the state of Idaho. Idaho Fish and Game offers instructor-led classes to anyone aged 10 or older, and anyone wishing to hunt or fish in Idaho who's born after January 1st of 1975 is required to complete a hunter education course to obtain a certificate to then qualify for hunting applications. Most classes are taught by volunteers, which is why Upper Snake Regional Communications Manager James Brower says people should attend.
Typically, our instructor-led classes are in pretty high demand because that's the hands-on instruction where you get face-to-face with an instructor. They get to do some, practical gun handling skills and that kind of things.
Most classes typically have around 20 students on average. Aside from the in-person instruction, Brower says in-person classes are also more affordable than the online alternative. And of course, they come with some fun instructors too.
The favorite part is usually the interaction with the instructors. We have kind of a cadre of characters. So most of those hunter ed instructors have been hunting for a very long time. They have a lot of knowledge, and quite honestly, most of them are pretty funny. They've got some fun stories to tell. So I think the in-person classes are kind of an advantage because those students are able to ask questions and get them answered pretty quickly. Face-to-face with an instructor, you can ask them all sorts of things.
There are multiple classes starting in Southeast Idaho, including in Idaho Falls and Pocatello. Classes in Pocatello start next week on Monday, March 16th. They will be in the Idaho Fish and Game Regional Office and will run from 6 to 9 p.m. As for Idaho Falls, there is a trapper certification class beginning on Saturday, March 28th in the Centennial Room. Classes cost $8 plus fees in person or $38 online. For more information, just visit the Idaho Fish and Game website at idfg.idaho.gov. For BYU-Idaho Radio, I'm Jack Esplin. The BYU Cougars Big 12 tournament ride came to an end Thursday night after a loss to the Houston Cougars. According to ESPN, BYU led by as many as 7 points in the second half, but was unable to hang on in the 73-66 loss to Houston. BYU freshman A.J. DeBonsa led the way with a game-high 26 points, though. But with the loss, BYU now enters the NCAA tournament with 23 wins and 11 losses. BYU is currently projected as a 6th seed. These have been your BYU-Idaho Radio Morning Headlines for March 13th, 2026. Thanks for tuning in. More news, interviews, and great content are available on our podcast feed. Just search for BYU-Idaho Radio on your favorite podcast apps. We're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, and more. You can also ask your smart speakers to play KBYI 94.3 FM. This is BYU-Idaho Radio, and I'm Jack Esplin.